I'm back working on Fender of my 71 Roadrunner. At this point right now, I've got the front headlight assembly removed, and now I'm working on removing this piece here, which is your hood stop, and I think it gives quite a bit of strength to the fender as well. Notice right here I've got some rust accumulation in this area right here, which I don't really like because it's getting up underneath the skin, which I think could create a lot of problems in the future. So I've just started drilling the spot welds out, jackhammering or air chiseling all this piece off here, and I think what I'm going to do is try and remove this whole entire piece here and then replace it with my replacement piece. I'm planning to go all the way back to this line here, and then I'll just cut this all out and replace it, and then I don't have to worry about that rust coming back again. I mentioned earlier in the first video how I'm finding the spot welds, the existing spot welds, and so we can see here what I've done is I've just lightly grinded off the paint, and if you look closely, you can see the low spots, and these are all the spot welds. So what I'm going to do is I'll end up drilling all these out. I'm not going to use the air chisel on these because I want to preserve this part of the fender as much as I can without damaging it too much, and the air chisel, I think it'll just tear this apart because the gauge on this fender skin is way thinner than this support bracket here. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I've been planning ahead a little bit. Here's where I've got kind of two different ways I'm looking at cutting this thing and putting the replacement piece on. Past experience tells me that it's probably the easiest way to go down and over all the way across, because the challenge here is this body seam. You know, if I was to go down, follow this line here and go across, it's going to be really tough to match this line up here, because you've got an angle of the steel coming kind of down this way, and it's rolling over, and then it's coming up and up to meet this body line here, and past experience tells me it's just easier to go straight across and go right across the body seam here. It's going to make it a lot easier to match it up. So what I'm planning to do right now, is cut this piece off, and then I'm going to use this as my template. And what I'll do is I'll use the front side marker here to line up my replacement piece with the piece that I've cut off, and then I can use that as my template. And once I have my template lined up, then I can cut it down to the size that I need, and hopefully it'll fit. If it's too small, then I'm going to come up and if it's not perfect, you're gonna end up having either too low beneath the existing fender or too high above, and that'll be disastrous because you got all the angles kind of coming towards the front here, and you know, it's going to be a tough cut. But if I'm not successful, I do have a plan B, which hopefully I won't have to get to, but we'll see as time goes on here. It's not like you can read this stuff out of a textbook and figure out how exactly it works. It's a bit of a learning process as well as a bit of an art too. So we'll see how things go, and hopefully it's successful.